Hey guys, welcome back to business. This is a very important video because this is the first one that's actually going to be about business. So this is our very first back to business with double H. So I'm just going to be giving you some practical business tips and lessons that I've picked up over the years, while also kind of updating you on what I'm doing with Double H Productions here in Nashville. So, starting off strong with tip number 1, always dress for success. Now, to the computer. Now, to be honest, dressing for success isn't really the most important thing, but what I will say is I find it's a lot easier to be productive and take yourself seriously when you're dressed the part, at least at all. Let's get into the first thing you need to do, the first principle, and that is having an actual offer or product or service. I think this is the most important thing, and this is the first thing you should come up with. So you can really sell anything, product or service, as long as it's well defined. So just come up with something, come up with all of the specifics. Don't be lazy. Come up with exactly how you're going to do it, how you're going to sell it, all that. It needs to be very well defined. And also make sure you can deliver on it, whatever you're saying you're going to sell or whatever you're going to do. So what I'm doing is social media videos. I'm selling a package of 5 social media reels specifically for TikTok and Instagram. I've already planned out exactly what those 5 videos are going to be. So if someone hires me, all I have to do is show up and film them. And I already know how I'm going to film them, how I'm going to edit them, what they're going to look like, and so on. So this kind of segues into step number 2, which is defining your target audience. And to explain target audience is me from the past. So, me from the past, take it away.
The purpose of a target audience isn't to establish who could benefit from your product or service, because in a lot of cases that is everyone. The purpose is to figure out where to spend your marketing dollars. An easy way to figure out who your target audience is, if you feel like you don't have one, is figure out what product or service is most profitable to you. So if you could only offer one product or service, what would make you the most money? Then you want to go into your previous client base and figure out exactly what kind of customer buys that product or service. You might find that 50% of the people who bought it all fall into one age range, or maybe it's one demographic, it's a certain income level, it's a certain geographical location, something like that. And then you know when you go to do marketing who you're messaging to, and you also know who to target when you're doing more like paid advertising. Once you hone down your target audience into a certain group of people, your messaging becomes much more concise and effective, and you're going to end up seeing a lot more sales from that group of people than if you were to just market to everyone with a general message.
That's right, me from the past. Your target audience is just who's most likely to buy your stuff. So in my case, I'm targeting privately owned health and wellness practices in Nashville. So that's like dentists, chiropractors, actual medical clinics, and things like that. So once you've established your actual product or offering and your target audience and you have it all defined, then you go on to the most boring and long step of this process probably, which is getting ready to actually sell. In my case, I already have my company set up, so I'm kind of skipping a lot of that. But if you're starting from nothing, then that's actually registering your company, whatever formation you want to do, setting up your bookkeeping and accounting, getting any licenses or permits you need, depending on what you're doing or selling. Also, getting an EIN, getting a business bank account, figuring out task management, figuring out your sales process, what you're going to do inventory with, what you're going to use to process payments, like just the huge list of administrative things you have to figure out in order to actually start selling. So the other thing would be messaging. So with your actual product, website, landing pages, advertising, just your messaging, your branding, phrases, words, images, all that kind of stuff. So in my case, like I said, I already have most of that set up. I just had to come up with a sales process for this specific package, which is just the 5 social media videos. So I have a partner based out of Atlanta who's going to be doing most of the outreach. But for this, we have set up, we're going to be doing cold emailing to these places and then calling to follow up. And then also we're going to be utilizing Facebook, LinkedIn, and like Instagram just to reach owners directly. And since he's in Atlanta, he's going to be doing the emailing, the calling, and then of course since I'm in Nashville, I'm going to be going to networking events and actually walking into buildings and talking to people directly. So let's go ahead and look at this email script. Let me pull this up for you guys. So my process for doing this is I'll start with entering a prompt into ChatGPT and then just taking whatever nonsense it spits back, reading over it, and then figuring out what's wrong with it. I'm the type of person where I can see problems more than I can come up with my own, like a good draft the first time. So I just use ChatGPT and then correct it. So if we look at this email, it's, I'm not going to read all of it, but it's way too formal and seems very much like a scam, like this whole exclusive opportunity, as a leading video marketing specializing healthcare sector. That's not even true. We don't specialize in the healthcare sector, and I don't think we're really leading very many people. Work together, bring a vision to life, make a lasting impact in your audience. Feel free to contact us, state-of-the-art facilities. These are privately owned places. They're not going to be state-of-the-art. Anyway, there's just a lot of little issues and like phrasing things that make it sound fake, non-personable, and it's really just going to fall flat on our audience. So this is the email that I came up with, keeping in mind who we are, what we're trying to do, and who they are and what they're trying to do, their goals. So here's that email. This one, I'm kind of playing into what I've noticed in Nashville business, which is that people are much friendlier in a neighborly way. So I'm playing into that and trying to establish a connection, because I want you to keep in mind, I'm not really expecting to make money off of this, or not any real money. So really what I'm trying to do is establish connections with business owners, because that relationship and those connections are going to be much more valuable in the long run. This is just a very quick and easy way to do it, ideally. So, first of all, I start off by introducing myself and why we're here. And then just saying straight up, we're trying to get connected with business owners. So we're doing a special offer for, chiropractors, for instance. So we wanted to reach out. Then I'm going to tell the actual truth, which is we specialize in high-end video marketing, which is true. We do commercial production. We're taking that experience, putting it into social media marketing. Even though it's a niche we're not really in, we're just saying, we're experts in video production, so we're going to do this. It's going to be cheap, but you're getting a high quality product. And then, we keep it personal. I'm excited about this. I know it doesn't make sense. It won't necessarily make sense for everyone. So we just want to connect with you. We just want to chat. I'm offering a free consultation. Even though it's not actually like the offer, I just want people to respond to this email, whether they're even if they say no, honestly. I don't want it to be ignored. I want them to at least be like, oh, Double H, new company in town. Oh, they do social media marketing. Maybe they're like, yeah, I don't know, let's talk. Or they'll be like, yeah, let's do it. So a bit more personable. Anyway, I just want to say, I don't think this is the ideal email necessarily. So, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this is the email script to go with and you should copy this. It might be bad. But it's better than ChatGPT, and I'm going to test it. So it'll probably change quite a bit. over the course of some time. Now, the next step, and this is the hardest for some people, is actually just starting. So I've already set up the outline of how I'm going to do these videos. I've set up how I'm going to reach out to these people. I have all that mapped out. Now I actually just have to reach out to people and actually just get started. What a lot of people struggle with is feeling like they're not ready or that they don't know what they're doing. And whenever I start to feel like that, because it happens and I kind of feel like that now, what I try to think of is this: would I rather be stressed because no one's giving me money, or would I rather be stressed because people are giving me money and now I need to figure out what to do? You know? And it's like no customers is a bad problem. Too many customers is a good problem. It's a problem either way. I'm gonna be stressed either way. Like if I do something or don't do something, I'm gonna be stressed. So I might as well be stressed about actually making money instead of stressed about, I'm not making money. So, all that being said, let's go ahead and dive into some outreach. We're just gonna start sending emails. And this video might be over very soon because I have no idea if this will work. But that's the fun of it. Is just going in there and sending out emails to hundreds of people and then not getting anything from it. But that's, like I said, that's half the fun. All right, y'all, this is it. I'm sending out that first email to a dentist. And sent. I'm gonna send out a couple more and I guess we'll see what happens.
Well, guys, that didn't work how I wanted it to. So I'm going to make a part 2 with any results and when I actually do a project to give you guys kind of the complete process. Like I said, if you want more info on the more administrative and boring side of the business stuff, go ahead and get this video to 10 likes. Or just say it in the comments. See y'all next week.